Hello and welcome to the tutorial on Roman numerals. In this tutorial we are going to learn how to convert numbers from 50 to 90. Let's begin with our first example. Suppose we have this number 63. How would we write that down in Roman numerals? Well, the starting point is we always look at the digit on the left, that is the 6. That is 60. Now we know that 50 is L, so we write down L, that is 50, and then X, that takes us to 60. So that is the first part, 60. So we've done that. Now we do the 3, and 3 is simply I. That is the 3. So that is how we write 63 in Roman numerals. It is L, X, I. Now let's look at our second example. Suppose this time we've got the number 87. Now how would we write down 87 in Roman numerals? Now again we start with the digit on the left, and that is 80. How do we write 80? Well, we write it down with the L, that is 50, 60, 70, 80. Don't forget the L is 50, and then you got X 10, 10, and 10. That gives us 80. And now all we have to do is simply write the 7. How do we write 7? It is VII. That is 7. So that is how we write 87. It looks quite long, but it is mathematically correct. L, X, 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 V, I. In fact, you can even count across and it works. Let's do that. We start with 50, and the 10 there, 60, another 10, 70, another 10, 80, the 5, 85, and then 86, 87. So that's simply by counting it works. Now let's look at our next example. Suppose we have this number 76. Now how would we write this in Roman numerals? Again, we start with the 10s on the left, that is the 7, so that's 70. We write down L, X, X. That is 70, 50, 60, 70. And finally we just add the 6. How do we write 6? It is VI. And that is how we write 76. L, X, X, V, I. In fact, we can even count this one to make sure that it works. We start with 50, the L is 50, 60, another X, 70, 5 is 75, and the last one, 76. So it works. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to write Roman numerals and try to figure out what the number is. Let's look at our first example over here. We have L, X, V. L, X, V. Now, how do you think we should work this one out? What number does this represent? Well, let's start from the left, as we always do. We've got L here to begin with, so that L is 50. Then we've got the X, now that is 10, and then we've got the V, which is 5. So we just simply count forwards. We start at 50, plus the 10 is 60, plus the 5 is 65. And that is our answer, 65. LXV is 65. Let's look at the next one. Suppose this time we have L, X, X, I, X. So we've got L, X, X, I, X. What number does that represent? Now again, we start on the left. We've got 50. Then we got a 10, and we got another 10. Now we need to be careful. We've got IX. Now if the I appears first, this becomes, let's just write this down, this is 1 before 10. So that is 9. So these two represent the number 9. So let's count forwards. We've got 50, 60, 70, 9, 79. Again, have a close look at that. It looks complicated, but it is very, very simple. Let's look at our last example. Suppose this time we've got L, X, another X, one more X, and we've got I, V. Looks like a very long one, this one, doesn't it? But let's work through it systematically as we have done all the others. We start with the first one, L, that is 50. Then we got an X, it's 10, another X, 10, another X, 10. And then we come to an I. It's not an X. Well, it can't be an X anyway, because that wouldn't make sense. But it's not V either, it's I first. So therefore, these two are together. And this becomes 1 before 5. 1 before 5 is 4. So let's count them now. 50, 60, 70, another 10 is 84. 84. Again, it was looked like a very long number, L, X, 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 I, V, but we've worked out that the number is 84. And that is how we do Roman numerals from 50 up to 90. I want you to now practice with a few numbers and see if you can work it out.